Problem number 21. On the algebra 2 midterm. Okay. With this problem, you're looking for the x across from a side that you have, right? But you also don't have any angles. And when you don't have any angles, you know right away lost cosines. That's the only thing that's going to help you. There's one issue where if you have a side, right, but you don't, if you have an angle, but you don't have the side across from that angle, you'll have to use law of cosines for that one too. Okay. So for this case, we got law of cosines. So we need to write that down, right? And so the law of cosines states A is equal to the square root of b squared minus c squared, or plus, sorry, b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. Okay? And that's your law of cosines. The problem is, we don't need a side. We need to figure out this. So we can plug in everything, but we still have to figure out A. So remember, we derived the formula for that, right? So we just said, hey, we're going to solve for A. So we squared both sides, and we got A squared, right? And then we minus B squared, and then we minus C squared, right? And then we divided that by negative 2bc, right? And then we said, hey, this has to be the cosine inverse. So let me rewrite that. The cosine inverse, so a squared minus b squared minus c squared divided by negative 2bc, notice the bc's, right? This is equal to the angle A. And this is that formula we derived that they don't give you in the books, but I'm telling you, it's so worth memorizing. Okay? Because you need one of these two. And they rarely give this to you in the books, but they always tell you SATs, entrance exams. Is that recorded? Okay. Entrance exams. They always have something where you don't have any of the angles. Okay? Because this is one of the hardest formulas to remember. So that's alright, so plug it in. That's simple. I mean, we just have to know what we're looking for. If this is A, then this is A. The other ones can be B and C. We don't even care. You know, if you like B to be the lower number, I kind of like B being the lower number. So then go B and C. It's that simple. It doesn't matter on B and C. What matters is on the A. Because these guys are what are linked. Okay? So now we get to plug that in. So I've got cosine inverse of A squared minus B squared minus C squared divided by negative 2 times B times C. Notice they're right above each other, B and C here. And so if I do that, if I say that every single time I'm writing out this formula, even if in my head, right, I'm going to slowly memorize it. And then I write it out. So, A squared, well, that would be 12 squared. B squared, that would be 15 squared. C squared, that would be 20 squared. And then 15, and then 20. And then everything else is computer generated. I mean, the hardest part to this problem is plugging it in your calculator and the formula. That's it. So what I'm going to do is say, okay, I was teaching this to you the other day, right? I think that was the easiest way we did it, right? Was I figure out what this number is first, this top number. Okay? So I go 12. So I go 12 squared, because I have a square button, minus 15 squared, minus 20 squared, and hit equals. And I got negative 481. So that's negative 481. Now what I can do is just go, okay, divided by. So hit divided by. But when I do this, I need to put a parentheses here. Right? That's the whole key there. I need to go parentheses, negative 2 times 15 times 20 in parentheses and then equals. Right? And so at that point, right, this comes up as its code. Now I'm going to have to find the cosine inverse of this number 0.8016, and the 6 is off to infinity, right? Alright, so now I have that number in there. All I have to do is push the button for the inverse cosine, right? So that's second cosine. But then everything disappeared. And remember, we have to find the answer button. So that's second negative. Anthony! And that's the second negative. So second negative gives me the answer key, or the answer button, right? And then I'm able to just hit equals, and I get 36.7. Okay. So A is 36.7.
What's that number? On my cosine.
0.8016, and 6 goes on for infinitely. All cosines. Not bad.
Can you make coffee now, Dan?
Yeah.